Alright, it's AJ Raw,
King Aries,
and now you are listening to BunDat Podcast.
Alright, we're gonna start off with just drip and swag first of all. Like,
Okay.
get the weight, get closer.
Alright.
One more to do this when we get on Spotify and get big.
Alright.
What you up there?
What you up there? Check me out. How we holding up?
You know,
What's the progress looking like?
okay, wavy,
Alright.
tsunami.
Come on. We still working on it. I'm trying to get to Sir Cruising 360 Jeezy level, you feel me?
Shit, those guys are professional waves.
We working. I'm trying to get there.
Do-rag 24/7.
I'm trying to get there. Y'all see me in the do-rag, you lot gonna call me a fresh auntie, so you're not gonna see that.
What?
You're not gonna see that on camera. Nope.
Oh my god.
You're not seeing that on camera. Y'all gonna see these waves and the progress.
Something interactive for the viewers, yeah?
What?
First one. Alright, so, guys, I want you guys in the comments to try and guess what my favorite color is.
Ooh.
I want you guys to guess what my favorite color
If you
is.
smart, you caught
So-
it. If you smart.
You know?
And also, anybody that has any sick recommendations for do-rags, for bonnets,
Oh my
crowns.
god. You know what I'm trying to get my hands on?
what?
Silk.
Look at that.
But
And
I think
I've ordered those.
I'm gonna have to. Oh, you what? Because I couldn't find. I was gonna buy silk and then just wrap.
No.
So you found some?
Yeah. That's coming. When I see what it look like, I'm gonna send it through.
Yeah.
So that's me. But if you have any dope plugs for do-rags, for crown brushes and beard brushes, beard oils, yes, 100%.
If
wave
not, it's still
brushes,
cool. But hopefully,
it gotta be black on for me. Wave brushes, all of that. Hit us up in the DMs, in the comments, on Twitter, anywhere you can see us, anywhere you see us, let us know, because obviously, you know, I'm trying to step up the game and get my do-rag and brush game up. So that's something for y'all to do.
some help.
You
I'm
feel me?
gonna pause you guys
Check
for
us
a
out.
second.
Check us out.
Pause you guys for a second so it doesn't interfere. Okay. For some reason, I just had the weirdest thing. I was like, double check the mic.
Okay. Right. Hey.
It gets me here for like an hour.
We gotta get it right.
I don't know why I would have turned it off, which I didn't, but
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure.
We gotta get it right. You feel me?
So, another episode 11.
Hey, we climbing. We almost at 20. What you wanna do
double
for 20?
digits and stuff. Now, by the time we get to that, we might be big. We might be popular. We might be doing like live shows and stuff. You never know.
Y'all not ready for that. Y'all ain't
You
ready
know.
for the live show. Y'all ready for the? I don't think y'all ready for the live shows though.
Yo.
Hey, also, if you have any situations you want us to talk on to get through to the BunDat category, let us know. And we'll talk.
Jump in the comments. Let's
Do
talk about
that.
it.
Do that.
Let's start off first and foremost with the guy who stole some code was it the 60s? He stole some code from IBM and now he sells that code in phones with a fruit company. I think they sell apples or some shit. We're talking about Bill Gates, the thief.
Man, like,
No, I'm playing.
no, I'm not playing because I don't know. Because if we really look at his track record, he been in Africa since at least 2002. It's now big 2020.
I'm not shocked by him though, because him and Steve Jobs and other computer guys did commit robbery on you to actually found their companies.
Right.
They stole code.
Like you were saying, you can't be a billionaire and not have your hands dirty. I think that's crazy.
Nah, I don't believe.
crazy.
If you don't believe that,
That's crazy.
then I don't know what to say. The agents are not gonna be after you, but a billion. Do you know how much £1 billion is? £1 billion pounds. £1 billion. All yours. And they're letting you have it. Like, the money you have right now, have you seen how much effort it's taking you for them to let you have it? Just your money now. Like, the struggle sometimes, like sometimes you get taxed incorrectly.
Yep.
And they're billionaires.
And it's
The
multi-billion.
governments are like, yeah, have that. Incentives, bro.
That's crazy, but
They're just leaving you alone to have $1 billion to yourself. They're just leaving you.
that is kind of wild. But I say that to say, like, when did he get into the health industry? Why is he coming up with vaccines?
Big money.
And I saw a very disturbing clip of him on public news. I can't remember what station it was. It may have been Fox. And they were asking him about the vaccine that's going to be mass produced. And they were saying that there's already been symptoms and side effects. Mm-hmm. And once he got pulled up on that, instead of him directly talking and answering, he first went around the block, underneath the tunnel, through the sewer, back up again, and then say, oh, well, it wasn't really that bad. I mean, it is something we need to look into. Does that sound
not his kids doing it? That's why.
Does that sound like someone you want mass producing a vaccine that's supposed to be a cure for coronavirus that still has not been seen, studied, or evidently actually captured to contain or contaminate in any sense? The very fact that everyone is still in lockdown and you have somebody that's built his billions through computers, Microsoft, and etc., how in God's name did he get into a health industry? When did he become a spokesperson for it? And why is he overseeing a mass-produced vaccine that's supposed to cure something that's killing people at such a rate? How did he get into this position?
Also, Microsoft in 2020
still
has bugs and still crashes. The stuff that he's an expert in still has bugs and still crashes.
And this is health. This is life or death.
He's gonna...
I don't know what's going on.
But like I said, it's not affecting his kids. It's not being tested on him or his people.
That's
why it's not that bad, because it's someone else suffering.
Because I've seen doctors say they're going to use Africa as a testing site, like they haven't already been doing that. But the mitigated gall that they had to just openly say things like, why not Africans? Well, what do you mean, why not Africans? You've already done the swine flu and the AIDS and all those other man-made, diseases. And here you are again with this thing that's plagued the entire planet.
You know what it is, though?
And
it's because they can. Because they can't do it to other parts of the world, because those places are protected. Those places have people in power, politicians and so forth, who, first of all, politicians are corrupt everywhere around the world. Yeah? It's a dirty game. Politics is a dirty... That's actually the slogan of politics. Politics is a dirty game.
Wow.
Yeah? But all the other places, they're embezzling money and doing what they can, but they still protect their people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they plan to live and die there, and they plan to have their kids there. But in the African countries...
No,
they don't protect the people.
Some do.
Something. So the whole world's embezzling and ripping off the people, but they protect their countries. That's why doctors like this and people like Bill Gates can't go to certain countries and be like, this is what we're going to do, we're going to use it as a testing ground. Because the people will block it and be like, no. But in African countries, their track record shows they don't care about the people. No one protects them.
Now, I will say one thing. There is one country that actually flipped the script on these corona testing grounds. And I can't remember. I think it was Gambia or one of those. And I cannot remember.
Tell us in the comments, guys.
Please.
Correct us.
They actually gave different DNA from human DNA over to these testing sites. And they all came back with virus.
So it was bull.
Do you understand? As in, like, they gave it over to see whether they would be able to
properly
conduct
these tests
and conduct the tests, and they all came back with nonsense in it. They all came back with things in it.
So
and they mislabeled it to say this one's human, this is animal, this is this, this is that. Just see.
Just they
and they messed it about. Now, could you imagine that on a mass scale? We've already heard of the Tuskegee experiments in 30.
If you haven't, go into your search bar. You're on YouTube right now. Pause this podcast or finish it. It's up to you. Type in Tuskegee. 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 The letters look nice on jackets as well. You find them. And a lot of things will come up. Watch it and then you will understand.
And the reason why I bring that up is because it's part of the history and track record, and it took them at least 30 to 40 years to clear the fact that those experiments were wrong. In that time, thousands and thousands and thousands of Africans passed away, and they were used as guinea pigs in the sense of being told that they were getting health and medical assistance, and they were being experimented on. I say that to say, in big 2020, we are still in a pandemic. There has not been no cure. There has not been no answer to how this country is going to combat or even respectfully handle this situation, and they're opening everything back up again. They're making people gather in mass crowds again. They're saying things like there's going to be vaccines produced. And the news at this point can barely be trusted. So how, again, I ask, is somebody like Bill Gates, who has nothing to do with health in any sense, and made his whole living off of technology, involved in mass producing?
Big money. Big pharmaceutical is the big money. That's the big leagues.
These are questions that nobody's asking.
That's big money, because
Just saying.
It pays more to keep someone on medication than it does to cure them.
Yeah, it does.
Because that's a one-time thing.
Recipes, Dr. Sabi.
Do you know what I mean? So big pharmaceutical is big money. And when you hear this, it doesn't just necessarily just mean like cancer drugs, corona drugs. Like that paracetamol you're taking is a multi-trillion-dollar industry, bro. And you think it's just £1 or whatever you're buying it for is big. Do you know what I mean? All that stuff is big money, because they don't want you to go and find out the source of your headache or your migraine, and maybe tweak your diet, maybe eat fresher, maybe get air, maybe jog. So that little, just £1, £1.50, whatever paracetamol you're buying, or whatever. Think about your lifetime, how many of those you bought. Now multiply just the people in your ends or that you know personally that have bought paracetamol so far in their lifetime, and you can see how the money stacks up. It's big money, bro.
Wow.
And it's just something that you keep going back to instead of addressing the problem, and that's what they want. Yeah.
Again, so if you ain't about to know what's about to happen, you know what's about to happen next. Bill Gates, BunDat.
You know what? Microsoft, BunDat. Even though that's what I use.
That's a fact. That's
Because
a fact.
what the hell, man?
I can't understand.
You just wake up one day and play Doctor and
play
God.
God.
In one. Doctor
That's
and God in
what?
one. All
Well,
in
because
one.
you have money,
And then be like, something went wrong. Well, it's not that bad because it's not you.
And what's nuts is like, who's okay in this? It's clearly other people involved. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Who's he in bed with? Like,
Other people that want big money. Big pharma. Big pharmaceutical is governments.
we gotta start asking these questions, because this is literally life and death, and nobody asking these questions.
No, because people are such in a hurry for it to end. They just accept, cure. And
No,
it's like, no, you need to know on what terms, on what
This
grounds.
thing started in late 2019. I hope you don't think that coronavirus started in 2020. I hope you lot don't think
It
that.
did for them because it was foreign.
This thing started in 2019, by the way, and there were meetings that were supposed to be precautionary meetings to take for the country to shut down early so there could be less cases. Now, this is why every show and every chance I get, I will always say, Boris Johnson, you are like, I'm always going to get
The up.
He is.
You know, one day we're going to
He
have
is.
him on the show
He is.
so that you can both get off your chest.
No,
with each other.
because again,
I have like Stormzy meeting.
how do you skip a meeting that is
I remember that.
meant to
I remember that.
to help the people, and you're the prime minister?
He's like, long for man. Alright. Man needs to go.
What was more important?
Man needs to go south still and link
What was more
something.
important than the people? I'm trying to figure that out.
Damn man there.
So that's why I always have a problem with him. Him, Theresa May, David Cameron, Tony Blair, all of you.
Tony Blair, the war criminal.
All of them. Somehow they found a way to screw this country completely and make it seem like they have the people's best interest at heart. And then they do something major
They keep falling for it though.
to screw us over.
It's like the weirdest.
It's
like the
wild.
weirdest game of okie doke, where it's like, okay, you did that to me, but I won't do it this time.
Right.
All right, go on then. Oh damn it, he did it again.
Wow.
It's like
It's wild.
It's like the weirdest thing.
It's wild.
I keep watching.
It's wild. We ain't forgot you, Theresa May. We still mad at you for Grenfell. So we ain't forgot you at all.
Man.
Don't think because we don't bring your name up that we ain't forgot you. We definitely remember how you handled Grenfell. We remember the fact
New Age Thatcher.
that you gave, quote unquote, money over to the funds that were supposed to help everyone in Grenfell, Ladbroke Grove, and that whole side of Northwest London. And nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened.
What a legacy.
Nothing. And then you left. So I say that to say, when Stormzy calls you out on stage and you make your spokesperson make a statement, that there tells me all I need to know. When you show up in Grenfell, around that time where everybody was hurting, and we knew that you showed up just because there was immense pressure because of the way the building caught fire, and it made everyone in the segregated part of Notting Hill Gate look crazy since it was at their request to change the building because it didn't look nice. You see what I mean?
You know what's crazy about that though? She showed up because she did a press conference at a different location. And then there was so much public outcry and uproar.
Yes.
That's when
she had to.
She went and did the content.
She had to.
Like, you can't make this stuff up. That's like a Simpsons episode.
And she didn't even do anything. You went, well, yeah, of course. Because she went to go and shake hands with people that she related to. And it wasn't those people that were outcrying. It was the people that were suffering. So this is what I'm saying.
Shame on you, Teresa.
Constantly, time and time again, do these people get in these positions and screw over the very people that they are supposed to making decisions to benefit.
It's the okie doke. It's the weirdest okie doke.
It's crazy.
Don't do it again. Okay, I won't. Man, did it again.
Seriously. It's wild.
And then election time again.
Yeah, they will do the same thing.
Okie
they will pander to us and make it seem like they have our best interest
this time. This time, definitely won't.
And then they get in these positions of power and they screw us over again. Wake up, people.
But
wake up.
You know what? Big up Stormzy, yeah?
Yes. Every time.
Big up Stormzy.
And Dave.
Bruh.
Yes.
I don't know what Dave's done politically.
You didn't know. He called out Boris on stage, same way Stormzy did with Teresa.
Alright, big up Dave.
Yeah.
But big up Stormzy. The reason I'm saying that, I don't listen to Stormzy, innit? I've got no records or whatever, innit?
Go on.
But somehow people equate you not listening to an artist or you're not messing with a certain type of entertainment. People equate that with, you don't like that person.
No, it's not the case.
He doesn't make music for me.
Okay.
I'm not his demographic.
Right.
It's not me. So I don't listen to him. If Stormzy music come on, I'm not like burning down the radio or something. I'm saying, I just haven't turned it to that station because, you know what I mean? But big up Stormzy because people generally think that, like, I don't listen to Stormzy. Like, it's actually cool. Like, I say I don't listen to Stormzy because I literally don't. But people will be like, I don't listen to this artist or I don't listen to Stormzy to be like, he's shit, he's crap.
No,
it's like, like, it's a thing. So it's like, yeah, it's like, big up to Stormzy because I'm very proud and in tune with the stuff he's doing, the work, the stuff with the young boys, getting them into education. The other day, Stormzy went to a teenager's house and was painting man's room, and man came home and saw Stormzy painting his room. Yeah, like stuff like that. So when I say I don't listen to Stormzy, I'm talking just music. It doesn't mean like I like Stormzy. I like him as a, I've never met Michael. Do you know what I mean? But
Big Mike.
The way he carries himself, the way he handles himself, it's like I listen to Stormzy talk. I don't listen to the music. I remember back in the day, I would go up to Camden. I'll go up to Camden. What's the place called? And every time I'll try and get like a set. No, it's like little production studios and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
In Camden, it's like more community work and stuff like that. Innit? And it's like every time I try and get like a set, I'm like, we're not doing sets for adults. It's just for the youngers, wherever. But like, you might want to hang around because Stormzy's coming out. They're like back in the day, like, man, ain't no one trying to get because you're still new. I'm trying to get my set. And it's like, the reason I'm telling this story is because back then, they were putting up free recording and free sets for young people.
Right.
And every time I went down there, the name that kept coming up was Stormzy. So he was taking full advantage of free recording sessions. Like, just coming from an underprivileged background and taking advantage of what's available, which means you have to search it out. Yeah. I always found that was dope. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So even from back in the day, I was like, I keep hearing this youth's name. Like, do you know what I mean? So even from back in the day, I kind of respected what I was hearing. Do you know what I mean? So me not listening to the music is like, no, I like the guy. I like what he's doing. I like, do you know what I mean? Whether you agree with him calling out or what, I like the fact that he's actually doing something.
Yes.
It's not just a gimmick.
It's not just talk.
He's putting his money where his mouth is. He's standing with organizations. He's building. He's educating people. And like I said, I watched a video the other day where he was painting a teenager's room and the teenager came back from school and had Stormzy painting his bedroom. You can say gimmick. You can say whatever you want. I could be a cynical.
That's gonna blow that teenager.
I could be a cynical person myself, but at the end of the day, he actually was there. He was in the room doing it.
I don't think you'll understand how big that's gonna be for that teenager. That guy or girl is going to, their mind is gonna be like this. like this.
So big up Stormzy for
every
that.
time. Every time.
He's doing a lot of great
and
things.
imagine him opening a black scholarship up for people from all of our demographic to get into Oxford and Cambridge and all of those places. And what does he get? Hate.
Yeah.
He says
and the craziest thing, I think a lot of the hate comes from music. As in, listen, just because you like, for example, just because you like someone's music, doesn't mean you gotta like that person or want to be around them. Like, do you know what I mean? And just because you don't like someone's music, like, you don't always have to have like a personal feeling towards someone. I'll give you a great example: the Wiley and Stormzy beat.
Yep.
Wiley mapped him. Like, no one can chat to me. Wiley would what?
I'm so glad that we have.
Do you know what I mean? Wiley just
he got
from
dusted.
day
he got dusted.
From day Wiley's the Clash King. So I was like, why is Stormzy even getting drawn into that? Yeah, but
y'all could tell we both don't agree with this.
Yeah, but just saying that doesn't mean. Like, I'm a Wiley fan. Like, Eskimo all day. Like, no UK artist, including myself, can tell me nothing because your sound won't be here without Wiley.
Oh God.
Without those doors open, you're not here. They're not giving you that contract. They're not giving you like. Do you know what I mean? So Solid is not coming. Lethal B is not. It's Wiley. Like Wiley.
You
like,
could go further. I gotta give that to him.
And then bottom line is he made Eskimo.
I gotta give that.
You could go anywhere, any crowd. Eskimo comes on is a madness. He made Eskimo.
I have to give that to him.
That being said, yeah, doesn't mean like, oh, I think Stormzy's a prick. I was like, no, I enjoyed that moment in the culture for when two artists going at it.
Yeah.
I did feel that my artist won. But
I feel Stormzy won. But this is where we're gonna.
But that doesn't mean that because I feel my artist won,
Stormzy beat him.
Stormzy is a bad person.
It's just like Pusha T.
You know how weird it is.
It's just like Pusha T and Drake all over
again. And again, it's like...
And he got Push, I got Drake.
Yeah.
He got Wiley, I got Stormzy.
And you see how we can actually work together?
And there's no...
podcast?
Yeah, because there's no, like... It's not personal. This is my boy.
It's all entertainment, baby.
Yeah? When I could not walk, this man was checking up on me. I don't think you lot understand. It's way bigger. I think, like... I don't think you lot get it. Like, when I could not move, he was there for me. So if he has an opinion on music, it will never, or an opinion on anything, it can never be
entertainment. And you don't have to. We're people making. You don't have to just hate those celebrities or whatever, or each other. Cause
it can't be hate. How?
How can you beef your brethren over someone that's sleeping in the mansion, not thinking about you?
Some people are very invested.
You know what I mean?
It's like the team Arsenal. I broke up with Arsenal.
I said broke up
in like 2016.
You learn sense.
Yes.
You learn sense.
That team is a shambles and will forever be a shambles.
I remember that. What was the manager that Arsene Wenger or something? What's his name?
Arsene Wenger.
Always screw face.
Right. You see, what we're getting at is sometimes actions speak louder than words, and what you do will reflect more than what you actually say. I say that to say the last time Arsenal was respected was when they went undefeated.
I can't remember that still.
You see?
I think Noah was building the ark and them things.
You see? Look at that. So I say that to say...
time ago.
You sound like a Man U fan. Like,
oh, did you not get the memo?
There we go.
The true Reds.
That's it.
The true Reds. Get me.
There's the digs.
Get me.
Now, if this was 2 years ago...
You see the trophy room and that?
If this was 2 years ago, I'd be fighting.
Get me.
I'm so out of it. All I know is... I seen people on the TL say something about Arsenal finishing 8th. Now, if you are a diehard football fan, and you see something like that, you wanna run into a wall.
You wanna fight.
You wanna run into a wall. And I say that to say, like, sometimes you just have to stop.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to stop.
It's just entertainment. It's sport. It's music. It's entertainment. These people are gonna live their lives, and also these people might do something that you really agree with, and so I'm with them. Yeah,
it's like Jay-Z and Nas.
They can do stuff that you don't agree with, and you're like, you know what, man, F that guy. But the tune's still bumping though.
It's like Jay-Z and Nas. Yeah. Nas is my muse lyrically.
This is what we agree on,
right?
Nasty Nas.
Nas, bro.
Yeah. Nasty Nas, bro. Bars for days.
Man,
flow, charisma.
That dude is like, he too slick for his own good. It's crazy. I don't know how you 20, 30 years in the game and you still are lyrically ahead of everybody.
Wordsmith. Nas is just
crazy.
Wordsmith.
It's like Gets over here to me.
Wordsmith.
I say that to say like
you compared Gets to Nas.
No.
What I'm saying is comments, I'm just saying, I'm clarifying.
I'm not
that in the comments, they're coming for AJ Raw.
Okay.
He said,
let me clarify.
Gets is the UK Nas.
No.
Is that correct or wrong?
That's not what I said. I said it's like. I'm not saying he is Nas. No.
But he's like Nas.
I'm saying for me, in terms of lyrical exercise, I think Gets is amazing. The same way I think Nas is amazing.
You know, for someone that hates Boris Johnson, you just did a Boris right there. That was smooth.
Stop it. Don't ever come.
We usually hate our reflections.
Never.
Like, you know
Never. I will never be him. He doesn't even have real hair.
Oh, bruv.
He'll see my waves and he'll get mad.
You know the beef is personal when a man cusses your appearance. Like,
he doesn't even. Am I lying?
When you don't like someone.
If his hair is fake, how I expect him to be real about what he says?
Damn. You know, a lot of people are going to be looking at their partners because of what you said.
I'm just saying.
You just said that as in a breakup relationship.
I'm just saying.
Because you just said if someone's hair is fake,
I'm just saying.
You can't trust what they're saying.
Look, I'm talking about the PM of the country. Forget about regular people. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about a person that's supposed to be in charge of how the direction of the country flows and moves. I'm talking about somebody that represents the country as a whole. He was representing the country before he was a PM. He literally was a country representative. And I will always be mad at how he dressed up at the 2008 Beijing Olympics, looking bummy, looking
That's
stupid.
him though.
No,
he's like the Ed Sheeran of politics.
No, it's not him. Because
and that's not a dig to Ed. That's just X-Swag.
No, because if he wanted to fix up, he could. He feels as if
that's
he
his
could
swag.
just. No, it's not. It's not swag.
I'm saying for him,
you know what?
That's called Boris-esque.
I'm calling that shambles.
Right, Boris
that's what that is.
We're gonna have to get Boris on the show one day. You know.
You might. I'm not going to do it.
Like head to head.
I'm not going to
do a head BunDat.
Because I'm tired of everything that he said. What are you gonna do, bro? Why are you opening up? Like we just opened the gym back up? Really? Open the courts up, and I mean the basketball courts indoors.
I went gym.
Open that up. Let the people get some sort of esteem off their chest. If they've literally been following and hanging on to every word of yours and following some distances. I'm just saying that to say.
Unless there's a photo up there.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but Boris don't care about no.
He should.
Real issues.
He should. You can't be the PM and not.
Does he come across as someone who like gives a?
He should though.
I know he should, but his track record.
So I say that to
he
say
has a smirk when he's talking about something like.
And he's this
life threatening.
He's this Nigeria. He's this black people. He's this black women. He's called Muslims letterboxes. He's got a whole track record.
What does that tell you? If that's the Prime Minister of England, he was voted in.
And when Stormzy says that England still has racism in it, and everyone jumps on him, and then the first black black princess of England gets completely ripped to shreds in the paper and clearly shows racism, where
they don't like
his wife,
it's personal.
Like her husband and her had to leave and say we'd rather not even be royal family members anymore because of the amount of systemic nonsense that's going on.
We've been giving money away.
Tell you.
That's stress. Big up Stormzy one more time, because on his level that he's at, he doesn't have to deny that stuff. There's so many people before him, and there's gonna be people after him that are just not gonna do that. But on that Stormzy subject now, so they're trying to say Wiley.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
They're trying to say they're gonna cancel Wiley out here.
Now this is where I have to support Wiley. Okay,
they said he's anti-Semitic.
How?
But I checked the tweets. He didn't say nothing about.
I didn't see the tweets.
He didn't say. I saw the tweet. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say anything. He never once addressed Semites.
So how was he anti-Semitic? What did he say?
I'm confused. He never said anything about Semites in any of the tweets.
What did he say?
He's anti-Semitic.
What did he say?
He was saying some non-popular opinions about Jewish community running, big business, big politics, having the hearsay, having the final word. Right. Basically, it's a rhetoric that you hear every now and a while, where people say, it's like Hollywood.
Okay.
People say the Jewish community runs Hollywood.
Wow.
Their films get paid. So it was that vibe. That it wasn't like on a Nick Cannon wave. Okay. Where he was like white people are evil or some shit. Wiley was like trying to use like power and stuff. Yeah. But.
And what did they do? They tried to hijack him. Oh, you were sleeping with 14-year-olds.
The problem with Wiley is you're not gonna bully Wiley. Like, he's not, you know the case, people say, oh, we feel like this guy's bullying, so you bully him, you know, like in the movie, and then you bully the bully, and it's like, oh my God, yes. You're not gonna bully Wiley because Wiley speaks his truth, so you don't have to agree with him.
Yeah.
It's not their truth. Do you know what I mean? It depends how Wiley wakes up. The people like the Wileys of the world and the Charlemagne, the gods, shout out Breakfast Club, those kind of people, whether you agree with them or not, I feel like a lot of people want to be offended, but they don't try to understand those people. Even that person, your enemy, like every power and war book tells you, understand your enemy. Wiley wants to understand.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I've always liked Wiley outside of music. Wiley wants to understand.
I can agree with that.
So Wiley's someone, he will say something crazy or something stupid, whatever, and then if you come and attack him, that a lot of people like to do, then he will defend himself, obviously, innit? But if you come to Wiley and be like, these are the facts, he'll be like, oh, like Wiley doesn't have a problem, rah, that was stupid, I can't believe I said that. Like Wiley's like one of the guys that says that the most. He's like, oh, I was wrong then. Like, you know what I mean? If you bring facts with him and he looks at it and you try to like if you go on Wiley's Twitter or any social media and you interact with him, he will interact with you.
Yeah.
Even if you're beefing him.
I've done that.
Even if you're beefing him, he will interact with you.
When he was at Stormzy's neck, I was at him and he was talking back.
Yeah. So it's like,
he's one of the biggest artists
Wiley
ever.
wants to learn and understand, and he will have a view, and unlike a lot of people who will just say that behind closed doors and
He's gonna
whatever,
say it.
he will say it.
Yeah.
And if you want to correct Wiley, if you feel that he's wrong, correct him.
What's funny?
But trying to cancel him and trying to block him or whatever,
Cancel?
has Wiley then saying, because he's tweeting now, see, I was right. Because that action,
Oh,
like
wow,
he's saying, yeah,
really?
because Wiley's original tweets are, these are the people who have the power, they have control, and if you disagree with them, they're going to silence you.
Wow.
So immediately, they try to silence Wiley. So Wiley's next tweets are, see?
Wow.
Because what did he say? If you disagree with it... So all you're gonna do
Sorry, bro.
is all you're gonna do in this kind of Wiley situation is basically give him the recipe to double down on what he's saying because you're proving him right.
You know what's mad? Why was 12 police officers at his house?
There's so many people doing crazy things.
Why?
No, as in
12.
immediate danger, or even at the there's so many people doing immediate violent things or immediate danger, and they're not sending 12 officers.
Bro, 12.
There's so many people tweeting like actual. Look at the abuse someone like Diane Abbott gets, or whatever.
Right.
There were no 12 officers sent them. There's so many like.
Kate Hobson can say whatever she wants.
And I'm not trying to do some kind of like struggle Olympics. It's just like, if you read the original tweets, this is what Wiley's addressing.
Wow.
So it's crazy. So it's like, it's always good. I always enjoy being in a situation and looking at it from the outside in, where, I don't care about this point. I don't care about other side. I don't care what Wiley's views are on the Jewish community. Wiley's views on the Jewish community do not interest me because Wiley is someone I have high regard for as a musician, as a producer. Wiley is not gonna get me to vote for his party or anything. I have high regard for him as a musician, as a producer. Do you know what I mean? I've never taken Wiley as someone whose advice I want to take. And that's not an insult. That's not saying I don't think he's smart or whatever. It's just, I've never met the man.
Right.
He's a dope MC. Do you know what I mean? I go to events, I see him, I give him a nods up or whatever, we keep it moving.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't get his views on Judaism. Also, all the people trying to do petitions and trying to do a 48-hour Twitter walk and all that kind of stuff, I don't care about their virtue signaling and their whole stand against Wiley. The reason I don't care about it is because no one has tweeted or written anything or said anything that directly addresses any validity of points against Wiley. No one has come and said, you know what?
Everyone's just upset.
Yeah, no one's come and said, you know what, I'm tweeting this because what Wiley wrote there, what he's saying in this situation, unless he wants to correct me if I'm wrong, he's saying you should attack Jewish people or you should not do business with Jewish people. No one's been able to say that because he hasn't tweeted it. The reason they can't do it is because he hasn't tweeted it. So I'm looking at both sides like, there's two people fighting. And I'm like, why are you fighting? You on the left, Wiley, clearly feel a way because of life experiences and things you've seen.
Yeah.
And you want clarification.
Right.
Cool. they don't agree with the way you've gone about it. Yeah? So they want to just get rid of you. Can you see how both sides want? So you're not going to get the clarification you want because of the way you came out of it. And they're not going to get you to stop whatever it is they want you to stop doing because they're trying to get rid of you.
Right.
And if you're trying to get rid of someone who doesn't care, that's the issue. The Nick Cannons and the Kevin Harts, whoever, they care.
Yeah. Hold on.
They just say Wiley's management. Wait, we'll get to him.
Go on.
They just say Wiley's management company dropped him.
No, he dropped it.
They're trying to create all this. Like, we actually, the culture, we follow Wiley.
Yes.
We see everything. So you can't even make fake headlines because again, those fake headlines.
And we know all this dirt.
Because he puts it out.
We know everything.
Those fake headlines will only be believed by people who don't follow Wiley.
Facts.
So the issue. So you're not gonna get what you want. You're gonna get people who don't follow him already not following him. They don't follow him,
and he don't talk to those.
So if you want the people who do follow him to not follow him, you have to tell the truth because we know what's going on. Wiley lives in his own house.
Yes.
Wiley drives his own cars.
Yeah.
Wiley's always at some McLaren dealerships test driving McLaren. Like Wiley's living a life that
you lot never wanted him to live in the first.
No, but you can't take it away from it. It's not like Nick where. Wiley doesn't have a show.
Oh my God.
Wiley doesn't have a show that you could take off him.
I gotta get to that Nick. I have to.
But so the Wiley situation is the way it's being handled. I'm looking at it is he's someone that's always done what he wants, and we as the black community, I'm not speaking for everyone. There's been a lot of public outcry against Wiley for many things in the past.
Yeah.
Many things in the past. Yeah. No one came to the aid of that. We have to deal with that. With Wiley himself.
You see, now what you're doing is you're giving me flashbacks.
Now,
that is very
they
true.
are trying to get us and recruit us
to
jump on this whole cancel thing.
What?
And it's like, oh, we've never jumped in with anything that was affecting you guys.
Right, or us.
Yeah? With, like you said, the Tony Robinsons and whatever.
Yeah.
But we want you to jump in with the thing. And it loses validity because these people actually post like monkey pictures and actually said what they were saying with their chest. Very racist things.
What's done?
Where you could actually pinpoint and be like, no, this is racist. This is aggressive. This is wrong. What is with Wiley is like, you're not going to get a lot of people to jump on the bandwagon because no one has been able to pinpoint. That's why they have to delete a lot of the tweets because number one, to appease the outcry, which he said will happen in the original tweet. You see how crazy it is? But number two, if those tweets stand up and stay there for months and people actually dissect all the tweets, you won't find anything that he's saying, whether you agree with it or not, that's inciting.
Malicious.
There's nothing that he said that's inciting violence, inciting lack of funds or anything.
Right. He's literally just pointing stuff out.
So if you delete and get rid of it, then you can be like, I bet it did say that. You know what I'm saying? And someone like Wiley screenshots this stuff and you put it back up. So the whole thing is like, I'm looking at it. It's crazy. I look at it and it's crazy, and it's like
my thing is
Wiley doesn't have that much power.
Well, no, he does.
No, I'm saying he doesn't have that much power. As in Wiley. Remember when I said he's not gonna get me to vote for a party?
Oh no.
Wiley doesn't have that kind of power where if he says these things and it's left unnoticed, it's gonna cause a bunch of black people to attack Jewish people or anything.
Yeah,
doesn't have that.
No.
But this is the issue. It looks like you're giving him power. You're giving him power. Like the last update I checked on Wiley, he was about to go on Sky News to do an interview on Sky News. When was the last time Sky News invited Wiley?
That's crazy.
You're giving him power.
That's crazy. And my point is like the reaction that he got, the way people are reacting to what he said. I couldn't even see the tweets. I just seen his Instagram videos and him basically rebuttaling every single point. And that's what my point. Like when you're standing in front of a MC who's had to think on his feet his whole life, you can't come at him sideways. It's called a sidewinder. You can't, because he's gonna right back. Like that's automatic.
He's just been doubling down.
That's in his DNA
every point
to always snap back and to always counter anything that you're coming against him with. So he was at every headline, rebuttaling every headline, saying everything. And I'm not gonna lie, there's not a lot of things that I've agreed with Wiley on, but this one right here, bro, this one right here, where he's actually defending himself and allowing him and using the fact that he can speak his mind to speak his mind. A lot of these artists get in these positions, they make these deals, they sign these contracts, and they sign away their right to speak, to think, to dress, to do all sorts of stuff, just based on the fact that they have a deal.
That's crazy.
I gotta give it up to Wiley. Is he the smartest person in the world? No. Could he have probably...
But we don't know though. We don't know.
We will never know.
The reason I say we don't know, even if you look at it, because again, this is why I rate him so highly with the Stormzy. Even if you look at it, Wiley uses these moments and sells a shitload of product, music, whatever he needs to raise, marketing, advertising, something. So he uses these moments, and again, like you said, you watched the video. He just keeps saying, "See, I told you. Yeah. See, I told you." And that's the just one thing. Whether you agree with Wiley or not, that's the one thing you cannot disagree with. Where in those tweets he said, "This is what's going to happen if I criticize this establishment, or say these things." Yeah, and they could have gone, because you could actually get rid of Wiley by printing the truth. But like he said, they started printing lies. They started digging up old stuff and fabricating it. And it's like, once you start doing that to someone, it kind of shows a different motive on your part. Because if you're in the right and this person's in the wrong, you wouldn't have to lie. That's the thing. So when someone looking on the outside in, it's like you're not realizing how it's looking. You know what I'm saying? It's looking crazy because he's like, told you. Every video, told you. Yeah, told you.
Just rebutting everything.
12 officers at my door. That looks crazy.
I'm gonna address this. Like,
he's not in a Jewish community attacking him. He was at home.
What threat does he have from tweeting from his house? How do you send police over to his house because of what he tweeted? Because of his Instagram videos? Who sent them? Is another question.
And if you're gonna do that, then arrest him or something.
No,
because then why are you there if there's not a crime you committed?
Well, that's crazy. Where do you not have the time to send 12 police officers to one man's house? That's one black man who's, 53, I think, or something like that? How old is Wiley?
He's old.
He's old, right? In his 50s, I believe, now.
That's old.
What is... And because he's black, obviously his skin's not going to crack. But my point is...
Because he's made money and taken care of himself.
He's fine.
So you can't take away...
So that's my point.
He's got no show that you can take away.
What was the use of sending 12? I'm pretty sure every last one of those 12 police officers was pissed that they had to go to his house. And do what? Nothing.
Because you're not going to intimidate a character that speaks their truth. That's his truth. You're not going to intimidate someone like that. I'm going to take it extreme. I'm going to take it to extreme. A lot of people disagree with, say, ISIS or whatever, innit? Yeah?
Uh-oh.
I'm going to take it extreme. A lot of people disagree with ISIS or whatever. Every time they bomb those countries or whatever, ISIS goes, see? They're barbaric, they're murdering. You're not going to intimidate people you don't agree with. You're not going to intimidate ISIS. I'm not comparing Wiley to ISIS, but I'm just saying, they put, every time you bomb them, they put up a propaganda video, see? Right. Look, they're bombing villages and children, and they're not wrong. They are bombing villages and children.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're not going to intimidate people who speak their truth. I mean, there needs to be new approaches of talking to people, if that's what you seek. If what you seek is understanding, then bring rebuttals. While he's going on Sky News, then some chief in that community should come on Sky News and do a face-off and really, do you know what I mean?
And they won't.
And really grill him and really.
And they won't do that.
Touch on the subjects.
They should, but they won't.
Grill him and say, okay, why did you tweet this? I don't feel, and just go, but we're gonna boycott him. How can you boycott someone you've never bought anything?
Boycott him?
You've never bought anything.
Wait, so again, I just need to get this clear.
There's people, there's big celebrities going off Twitter for 48 hours. No one's gonna notice.
No, but my point is, look at the effort, bro. Why didn't you not boycott Kate Hobson's? Okay. Why? Why was she allowed 5-6 years
actually
of racism?
Very direct with what she was saying.
Why? Why wasn't she boycott? Why did it take like a major thing?
I saw an Alan Sugar tweet today that I've never seen before.
I've never seen it.
Because Alan Sugar was calling for the boycott of Wiley today, innit?
Wow.
And a bunch of people pulled up an old Alan Sugar tweet, and it was of a bunch of black footballers, and it had been edited to put like market stall and everything, and he was like, oh, these are the guys that were trying to sell me. It was like, the fuck?
Are you serious?
And people were like, where was his energy?
Are you serious? What was his response to that? Did he have a rebuttal?
Of course he's not going to reply to that.
Okay. So that's my point. People that's been blatantly racist have not had no Twitter walkouts.
The issue is not racism. The issue is
I'm using that as an example to say, why is it that when he said, "Watch what happens if I say this," that everyone's had this kind of reaction?
Because the issue is more insidious than it. The issue is not anti-Semitism. The issue is not racism. The issue is not marginalization.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is clearly from the outside looking in. The issue is you can say and do and be direct and vile about certain people or certain types of people or certain disabilities or certain sexual orientations or certain religions. You can do as much as you want for certain ones. The issue is a pick and choose culture, and that plays into Wiley's hand because Wiley's talking about power and control. Yeah? And what's the saying? The saying is, if you want to see who's controlling you, who has power, don't look for what you can get away with or whatever. Look for who you're not allowed to criticize. Wow. So they're playing into his hands.
That's so crazy. And that's my point.
Because I've seen all kinds of racist tweets. I've seen homophobic tweets.
Yes.
There was no walkout. People say they stand with gay people and gay rights and they do pride. There was no 48-hour Twitter walkout. There was no police sent to people's houses for homophobia. I've seen all kinds of anti-Islam stuff. There's a lot of Islamic people say when we stand with our Jew friends, you know what I mean? There's a lot of solidarity and stuff. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, on a daily basis, not just Twitter, the world is a vile place. I've seen all kinds of like discriminatory, disability stuff. There was no 48-hour walkout. It's just, you need to be consistent. And that plays into Wiley's hand. Wiley's saying...
And he pointed this out. This was his point.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not here to agree or disagree with Wiley.
No.
Because to me, he's just a great musician. But I'm looking at it as in, listen, I'm a normal guy.
Again, we got to say this again.
We're
not siding, we're not agreeing. But what we are doing
both sides to me look stupid.
Yes, we're highlighting the whole picture. The whole picture is...
I'm not an advisor.
The whole picture.
I'm a normal guy from the end. I'm not an advisor. I'm a normal guy doing my podcast, using critical thinking.
We are normal.
Yeah? We're normal, just using critical thinking, looking at the situation, and we're seeing people who are being paid to advise walk into Wiley's palm.
Wow, bro. I still can't. That's so wild.
You couldn't, like, Wiley could not draw me out.
No.
You couldn't. It's like he said they should hold some corn, and they tried their best to be disingenuous, and that was the closest thing they could use to say, oh, he's inciting violence. And any hood person knows hold some corn is to banter you, is to say, like,
take that out. It's like saying take that out.
Yeah. And that was the closest. So imagine the closest thing was you trying to use hood slang to flip it to create a new meaning.
But ain't that what they do anyway?
But I'm saying doing that helps his cause.
Yes.
Because he said they won't be able to find anything, so they're gonna try and make up stuff.
Of course.
And every video he's like, see? He's like, and it's like, oh my. And we're not paying you to be advised.
No.
And he could not draw us out. But he's clearly drawing them out. They're rushing. They're not trying to seek to understand. They're not trying to seek to... If you want to like really put out a fire, take the oxygen out of the room.
Thanks.
All they're doing is blowing and fanning. And you know what you're doing? You're making a bigger fire.
Out of everything he said, they took that one sentence and...
Real G's move in silence. Do not silence your message. Do not keep quiet. But know how and when to speak so that when you do speak, you can get the ultimate power.
It's called spelling. Words have powers.
Like, do you know what I mean? So I look at it, people are like, oh, do you think Nick Shania said what he said? I said, I don't think that's the issue. Do you agree with what Nick said? I said, I don't think that's the issue. So they're like, oh, so what do you stand on? I'm like, Nick could have said what he said next year.
Yeah.
Because he's talking about the part, it will still exist.
Yeah.
And it'll be way more powerful next year when he says it, because now he's got the back of this documentary.
We was waiting for that, bro. Everyone needed to see that.
But you're just saying stuff without having the work to back you up. And on top of it, then you're saying stuff like you're saying he's articulating himself wrong, going off on a tangent.
Yeah.
So now
they're gonna take
you know the overall message, like you're saying. If you're saying you, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Not agree. If you're saying what Nick said, it's not historically incorrect. The issue is because you know the historical context.
Yes.
Other people who don't know the historical context, because of the way Nick worded himself,
Exactly.
they will automatically dismiss the whole message.
It's called,
and that's the danger people do when they just talk wild and discredit their own work.
Yeah. It's all context. You don't need to understand. Black people have been getting ruined for a long time. We've got thousands and thousands and thousands of years of history that probably might not be as recovered as it should be, because the people that understood how history works knew that if we was to read how much more we were dominant and what we did in the time of our prosperity, a lot of these systems in place would mean nothing. On that note, I have a poem coming out called The Experience from the Mouth of Ra. It's a series that I'll be doing every 18th of every month. Shout out to Hype the Nomad filming it. Obviously I need you there at some point as well. Just gotta get the timing right. And I talk about all of this stuff. When you lot see where I talk about it, because it's in London, I need you lot to say that. Come back to this tape.
You guys look out for
Come
that.
back to that tape.
We're gonna, when everything is getting ready to put out, we're gonna publicize it much more on the podcast. Gonna give it a good rollout.
I say that to say words have power, have meaning. When I was saying and what I was saying, when you lot see this, you will understand. Okay? Our people have been oppressed for decades, for centuries, for years. Years by other people that don't look like us. It was Arabs and it was white people. So when Nick says these people were savages, you kind of got to be a pretty messed up person to pass on a system that oppresses people, which means you taught your kids how to keep the oppressed, and they taught those kids and those kids and those kids and those kids, and then there was the 400-year history, and then we got free after that. So it's been 2.5 millenniums of us being oppressed constantly. If you lot don't understand that, then we can't even have this conversation, and that's called historical context. I say that to say, Nick, you dropped the ball, bro. People are mad at you because you did not articulate yourself in a manner that represents what you're saying well. There's a history, there's facts, there's books, there's tablets, there's scribes, there's scrolls, there's all sorts of information out there that could back up what you're saying. But what you did was you took certain things and you misplaced it, you misused it, you misworded it, and that's why people are mad at you. And not only did you do that, but after you did that, you deleted all the prior stuff, and then you put the rabbi on, and the rabbi's completely disrespectful throughout the whole interview.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
I couldn't watch it, but it was somebody offered something.
The reason I didn't watch it, I just thought, because of what had just happened, putting that on, I just thought it's some kind of like pandering.
It is.
Like you said, it was just.
It is.
It's not, because I would genuinely like to watch a conversation between a rabbi and someone.
RZA is
whatever. But it was just because of what had happened.
Yeah.
I looked at it, I just thought, neither of them are gonna be genuine. So
that's my point. I said that to say, like, there's a whole reason why we're sitting here. This is on purpose. We're both black kings. Okay? Understand that that's what you are. Your words have power. A king doesn't move until he needs to. King doesn't speak until he needs to. Okay? It's just that simple. A lot of people not doing stuff like this. Do you know how easy it is to sit here and to talk about, oh, why I like white girls and not like black girls? Oh, why do black girls
No,
do
say
this?
that's an example, because it's going to come out like that's what you actually like.
No, but this is what we're talking about, context, isn't it?
You have to spell it out for YouTube.
Well, I'm going to spell it out for YouTube. It's an example of what are the topics that are running these podcasts constantly over and over and over and over again.
My rappers posing with money though.
Oh my days. Oh, money phones and the lils and all the auto-tune in music and all this stupid stuff that don't got nothing to do with the upliftment of our people. They don't got nothing to do with being positive. They don't got nothing to do with encouraging the people that we're talking to. We're not even talking to those people. We're talking to people that look like us and other people that understand us. We're not talking to the rest of you. And that's the point.
That hit hard.
I'm just saying. You see how clear I was? You can tell I'm not joking. Stop playing. It's just that simple. There's a time for everything. Me and him love to joke. We're very high vibrational people.
I want to know what the people think though. Let us know what you think of the. I don't even want. Let us know what you think of the Wiley situation.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people who I think they've put themselves in this situation.
Yeah.
People on both sides. So let us know what you think of that.
Context.
Let us know what you think of the Nick Cannon situation. So I suspect there'll be more Americans talking about that.
Let's go.
Because the UK don't really talk about that.
Well, we're gonna have this conversation.
Let us know what you think of the Bill Gates situation. So it's homework for you guys. Let us know your views, because it's interesting just looking at these topics at the moment. And like you said, a lot of people want to discuss fetishes and stuff, relationships, which you can do, but it's like that's all they're touching on. These things, these topics will affect your life. Whether you agree, whether you like it, they will affect. If Bill Gates gets his way passed, it will affect your life. If Wiley or the Judaism that he's going against don't come to some kind of middle ground where they can understand each other, it will affect your life. Mark my words. And in the Cannon situation as well, if this documentary does not come out with it's already affecting your life.
Yes. Yeah.
So let us know what you think. I'm gonna touch one last thing before we go. Face masks at the moment. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of fights, interaction, arguments of people trying to enforce rules or laws or their interpretation of rules and laws on other people. Hey guys, if you're out there and you're traveling, first of all, you know, not everyone has access to a car, or I know what I mean. So if you have to take public transport, protect yourself at all times.
Please.
So
please wear the mask.
If protecting yourself for you is wearing the mask, then by all means wear it. If you have an underlying health condition where you've been advised not to wear the mask,
you like asthma and things like that,
then don't wear it, whatever, innit? But what you don't do is
enforce.
Do not try to enforce what you feel is a protection. Just protect yourself. If you feel someone is not wearing a mask and you don't think it's safe, then put your mask on and stay a distance away from them. Yeah? If you feel someone is wearing a mask and you don't feel wearing a mask is safe, then just live in the absolute resolution within yourself that, well, you're not the one wearing that mask that you think is dangerous, and you're fine. But do not approach people wearing masks and tell them, because all this information is already on the internet, they've seen already. Do not approach people wearing masks and tell them to take the mask off because you believe it's safer or there's no evidence that they should be wearing it, because that's what causes fights. Or do not approach someone not wearing a mask and tell them that they should wear one, because you don't know the underlying health conditions. And second of all, listen carefully. They have a right to not wear a mask, and they have a right to wear a mask. You both have the right.
It's unfortunate
laws are passed, right?
Yeah.
There's a whole thing that goes through for laws to get passed, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is not a law. Okay? So you have a right to wear it, you have a right not to wear it. A police officer can enforce these bylaws on people, and when they do, listen carefully, a person receives that fine, they can take it to court and it'll be thrown out, because it cannot be enforced by a court of law, because laws are written. So it's only a circle. So all the police officer is achieving in that moment is getting that person either out of that establishment or out of that public transport, wherever it is. But the actual fine will not be upheld, because laws need to be passed. It is not your place to put yourself in danger. Arguing with someone whether they should wear or not wear a mask puts you in direct confrontation with that person. Arguments bring what? Saliva.
Yeah.
So whether you guys are wearing masks or not, you're creating coronavirus situations with each other. You are putting yourself and that person in danger. If you're wearing a mask and someone approaches you to tell you to take it off, do not argue, take yourself out of the situation. If you're not wearing a mask and someone approaches you to wear one, do not argue. Take yourself out of that situation. Continue that situation, put yourself and that person in danger. Never you can win.
It's a lose-lose situation. And too many people have died already.
Because I'm seeing so many fights and stuff, and because shops are not going to enforce it. And people are mad at shops, and it's like they want you to spend the money, yeah?
Some shops are going to enforce it. I've actually counted that.
They was like, you can't come in without wearing it.
No, seriously, yes.
Okay. Because big business, that must be like local. Big business,
yeah, it was local.
Yeah, and that's why they're not big. That's why they're not rich. See, big business is about profits. Yeah, there is
bro.
No, I'm being serious.
Why do you do this? Why?
Because the local hair shop and stuff was like, oh, you have to buy a mask. And the first that came to my mind is that's why you're not successful, because big business is about turnover. Get them in there, spend the money, get them out.
Right.
Listen, I don't want you in there long coronavirus or not. I don't want you in there if you're not spending money. Big business, masks will not come and buy, because big business understands again it is not a law. But what do we need? We need our annual earnings. Do you know what I mean? So again, it's like protect yourself. These companies don't care about you. It's your job to care about yourself. If you see someone who is wearing or not wearing a mask and you feel it is wrong for them to wear it or it is wrong for them not to wear it, guess what? It's just how you feel. It is a feeling. Feelings are not reality. Feelings are not law. But you know what is real? Confrontations. Confrontations are real because saliva or touching or physical or aggressiveness.
Contact.
Yeah. And even if you don't end up with coronavirus with that, you could end up putting yourself in a situation where you could end up with a record. That's like assault,
GBH,
all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Bodily harm and all of that.
Causing all the... Someone could just see you guys in a situation, you don't press charges on each other, but that person can sit there now stressed from what they saw. So then you could lose your job. Like all these things, it might sound silly, but you could go down a deep rabbit hole of you just feeling someone should do something that you feel they should do. Protect yourself.
In this case, it's literally life and death.
Protect yourself. If you're still here with us now, alive and well, congratulations, you made it. A lot of people haven't made it.
A lot of people not here in 2020. And I don't have to go down the list.
Continue doing things that will only help you to continue to make it.
Yes, we have to survive this, people.
Enforcing laws, it's not your job. The people whose job it is...
And they're bylaws, they're not laws.
The people whose job it is, they're there for a reason, yeah?
They're all bylaws. I need you lot to understand that. They're not set in stone, but they're in place right now, which means they're temporary.
You don't know people's state of mind. To go up to a stranger to tell them to wear something or to not wear something, I'm sorry to say this, but however they react to that, violently or not, is their right. And I'm not saying it's their right as in they're entitled to it. I'm saying it's their right as in if you approach someone who hasn't approached you, they can reply however they choose to reply, because everyone has free will. Whatever happens later, whether they get prosecuted or whatever, guess what? They still damaged you, whether physically, whether your integrity, whether your emotions, and you've created the situation. Protect yourself, guys.
At all times.
Protect yourself.
At all times. Listen, it's too many people that's dead already, bro. Okay? Too many to count. I will always say this. Life is precious, and I will always be pro-life.
Do you know what's killing people? An unhealthy life. I work out, I go to the gym, I run, I keep fit or whatever, and what they're telling you, the people with underlying health conditions, a lot of these underlying health conditions are self-inflicted. Years of neglect, years of eating crap, years of not taking care of themselves, yeah? That's what is going to cure you faster than someone wearing a mask or not.
Wow.
Yeah? But yet, I'm not coming out the gym and going up to every Tom, Dick and Harry and be like, why are you eating a burger?
Yeah? I've seen a few skits like
why is your kid having breakfast at McDonald's with you?
I've seen a few skits.
Do you know why? Because number one, I'm protecting myself. Yeah? Doing what I need to do. Number two, if they slam that burger in my face,
well, you caused that, didn't
I create a situation.
Yeah.
Because I can do stuff like I'm doing now. where I can try and reach a wider audience and spread my message of fitness and health.
Not only that, but another thing to add to that is, it's something that you have to want to do for yourself.
Yeah.
So even though he's telling you, if you personally don't want to do it, it's not gonna work.
But it's your right as well. It's your right to say, I don't want to jog.
Because that's my point. Well, you don't have to jog. There's other ways around it. It's the same way you don't have to diet. There's certain portions that you can take. There's certain measures that you can take. There's certain things that you can try. There's always a way around stuff.
But even with that, it's your right to say, I don't want to be healthy.
And I will always say shout out to Matthias. Always. Because he's the one that taught me that. There's always a way round to things.
Yeah.
There's always a way to get to things. There's always a way to do things. And that's my point. And this is what this whole podcast is about. Spreading awareness. We're creating the energy. Speaking the truth. Encouraging people to be healthy. Laughing and joking. And bunning people that out.
Yep. So, it was Bill Gates, isn't it?
Yep.
Bun.
Yep.
Bill Gates.
BunDat. Facts.
You know what I want to bun? I want to bun the situation.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Wiley situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not bunning Judaism.
And we're not
I'm not bunning Wiley. I'm bunning the situation. I don't think the situation is being handled. Both sides are going to come out of this and it's going to be exactly the same.
Facts.
Whoever felt this way is going to feel that way more. Whoever felt that way is going to feel that way more. It's going to be double down. Nothing's going to be learned. So, this whole Wiley situation, BunDat.
Facts.
Now, yeah? Nick Cannon. Yeah.
I don't want to bun.
Me personally, I want to bun him, not the situation.
No,
The reason I want to bun Nick Cannon is because life is chess. You got life-saving nectar, a message, yeah, a documentary, and it's about to come out, yeah? You should be doing everything in your power to make sure it comes out, yeah? Not feeding your own wokeness, yeah? Trying to say things that can now be used to block the documentary. Your sentences and how you feel and the things you're trying to say, even if they're in fact the truth, are not more powerful, more life-saving than this documentary. But you allowed yourself to go off on a tangent to now have something that can be used against you, that can silence the words of someone else who is now dead and doesn't have the power to put this documentary out.
Rest in peace, Dr. Saley.
By you taking this over, you are saying, I'm not responsible for this message.
Yeah.
And I feel you didn't handle yourself in a way that can get the message out. So, Nick Cannon, this is just half of us. This is King Aries. BunDat. Bun Nick Cannon, yeah?
I'm with Nick.
Bun you, bruv.
No, I'm with Nick. You know, I don't feel like he deserves a BunDat yet, because at the end of the day, there's certain ways that you handle things and there's certain ways that you word things. We're all not perfect, and I just feel that he could have worded things better. So I personally want BunDat.
Yep.
That's me.
And on that note,
we're
gonna leave it here. BunDat podcast.
It's been AJ Raw,
King Aries.
And you just finished tuning into
BunDat podcast.
Like, comment, share, subscribe. Get them likes, those numbers up if you want us on Spotify.
That's what's up.
Facts.
Hold on. Before we even go, listen. I want a public service announcement to Boris Johnson. Yeah. BunDat podcast is not your op. King Aries is not your op.
Oh.
This is your op, and he says with his chest.
Yes.
AJ Raw is your op. Yeah?
Yes, get a good look at my face. Yes.
AJ Raw is your
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Alright?
Yeah.
So if you ever want to come on and defend yourself, Boris,
no, you don't.
BunDat podcast
you don't need to defend yourself.
and King Aries is more than happy to have you on here.
Because what you're gonna
to have a head-to-head.
Because what you're gonna do is spew the same nonsense that you've been spewing. Defend what? Defend that haircut, bro. Defend that.
Personal
You
attacks.
can't defend it.
Boris, don't. I beg you.
You can't defend it.
I beg you, don't have it.
Have it.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Nothing.
If you don't do nothing, it's gonna be
Nothing.
taken as facts.
That's it.
We out.